Greetings, adventurers. I'm Max, the composer of Coltrane Compositions, your guide through realms of TTRPG music where fantasy meets the echoes of sci-fi and whispers of horror. Imagine your party at the brink of an enchanted forest or a haunted space station. My music weaving suspense with every leaf's rustle or distant spaceship hum. In the heart of battle, against mythical beasts or otherworldly entities, feel the thrill with compositions that make every clash, every spell a legend. But it's not just about the adrenaline. In moments of tranquility or eerie calm, let my music enhance the heart and soul of your story. As a fellow TTRPG enthusiast, I blend each melody to resonate with your game's diverse realms. Ready for an unforgettable session across all genres? Visit Coltrane Compositions on Patreon. Let the music guide your epic tales from ancient castles to distant galaxies through every shadowed corner. That's Coltrin Compositions.
You are listening to Tomes of the Chaos Bard. Welcome back, Tomies, to Tomes of the Chaos Bard. I am DM Dave, and to the left I have...
Henley.
Boudreaux.
Tuck.
Roscoe.
And Fenrir.
And I need to take a moment here. I need to apologize to Elsie for this. A couple episodes ago, we got rid of your gourd, right?
Yeah, thanks.
So I just wanted to say, rest in peace to boiled water. You will be missed.
Oh.
No, I had to go
Like,
because it was
that's
gorgeous.
nice and all, but it wasn't boiled.
It had a nice layer of algae on the top of it. Remember,
is
it kept
now.
licking it off.
Ew.
All right.
Every time you popped the cork, you'd lick it.
You do not know that.
You said it several times in the podcast.
You have said it several times.
Do
Because you
not-
like the sediment. Yes.
Or the sediment sentiment.
I don't think I've
It
done
was
that, guys.
way back at the beginning.
Yeah.
I think you guys are always the ones that, just like algae.
I'm going to pull it up, Elsie.
But I've
We're gonna
never
figure
eaten
it out.
it.
That
You-
isn't eat it. I said lick it.
You know
Anyways.
what? Prove them wrong, guys.
Or
If you're truly my fan, go back and you tell them
We want timestamps.
the truth.
That we were right.
The truth will be revealed. But the truth about last episode will be recapped by Henley. What happened last time?
Well, I sort of got into a fight with Tic. I almost shot him, but Roscoe talked everybody down and glowed really brightly. And then Dreek told us that the Duke and Lordak want me, and that the lioness, an assassin of some kind, is coming to fetch me. And he also said the lioness and the Duke let Lordak free, and that Yolinx is taking the blame for it. And all is really scary right now. And then we looted the bodies. Oh, and before that we looted the bodies, Roscoe talked me down from a panic attack, and Tic is part of our party, but with the warning and caveat that if he hurts anybody in the party, we'll kill him. And yeah, also Boudreaux caught some bugs and tried to feed it to Tic's jarred frog, and didn't go so great. And yeah,
I think the same warning was given by Tic to the rest of the party.
but we far outnumber Tic.
And we still undecided on which way Fenrir will go.
Well, he'll probably remain neutral.
He did save Tic. Well,
Well,
Should we see? Should we see?
Shatter everybody.
I can't
there's
choose a
the
side.
chaotic Fenrir.
We know and love. You can't shatter anybody if you don't know where we are. Mist.
He tells a story. He doesn't have to put in there that he shattered everybody.
The thing is you have to kill Boudreaux first, or else I will alive everybody back.
You'll unalive or you will
I will
alive.
alive.
That's
Oh,
assuming.
Noted. Oh.
That's
Oh.
Boudreaux 2.0.
Oh,
We're working on him.
Oh, sorry, I winked with the wrong eye.
So I think during your travels, we're going to kind of fast travel up to the Highridge.
no, wait, hold on. I want to know if Boudreaux caught a bug.
Oh, that's right. We left off with the dragonfly, didn't
Did
we?
Boudreaux catch a dragonfly? And then we can montage.
I'm
Okay.
going for that big one, just so you know.
All right. Let's see.
Also, in Keleth, are they look like dragonflies? Or are they like little mini like lizard flies?
They look like little baby dragons
Yep.
with wings, like the fly wings.
No, they don't.
Oh. Okay.
They look like material plane. Real world
Earth flies.
earth flies. What'd you get?
What can I add to it?
Sleight of hands. Because you're trying to pick it out of the air.
5.
5. Yeah, no, you're not able to catch it.
Look, I haven't eaten in a while,
We're
Okay.
still not friends. Haven't made any pancakes in a while.
and I might have tripped over some bodies. Okay.
Last thing he had was cookies.
The ones we're just going to leave there.
Yeah. Good riddance. Return to the earth where once you came.
Okay.
All right, now
This
it's montage.
this land will be now fertile in the next 6 months, 7 months, however long it takes
A
for.
little longer.
No, goblins just turn to oil.
Fossil fuels.
Grease. Ew.
They're gonna get an infestation of owlbears because they're gonna come and eat all the goblin bodies.
Great.
Or
Highridge
trolls.
is in trouble.
During the travels, Mr. Boudreaux, you are constantly reminded and felt of this presence,
Me?
kind of watching you.
You can stop talking. You know what? Let's go back to the dragonfly.
This has been an ongoing thing throughout going to Highridge. And the night before you guys get into Highridge, you're kind of settling down.
Wait. How far? I thought the goblins were like right next to
They're
Highridge.
2 days out.
Oh, okay.
Going to Highridge.
Yeah.
Never mind. Thought we were, closer than that.
So you've constantly been feeling this presence ever since you've kind of attuned with the staff. There's always been that kind of presence, kind of just observing. And you kind of have a guess on who it is, just because of your talk with Rochelle and knowing your lore of the staff itself. You get, and the longer that it sits there and the presence is there, the more and more you recognize and realize that it's the previous owner of said staff, the high shaman himself, Qualkek. You know, obviously, that Qualkek did not like you, and you can kind of still feel that sentiment, those feelings. He never approved of you. He was very against Mama Frizz taking you on as kind of an apprentice or an acolyte type idea to learn the ways of Kundas. But he was also the high shaman, which means he traveled a lot to the other lizard folk and communed with the druids a lot as well, because you guys highly esteemed the druids. That they were very close with nature, therefore close with Kundas. Even though they didn't quite believe in Kundas and something, but you guys still had that super connection with the druids. And so he communed with them a lot. He traveled. He was a very loner. As the high shaman, that's kind of what you do.
Like a wanderer.
Yeah, you're pretty much isolated.
I'm a wanderer.
And so, but he was very against it. But when he left, Mama Frizz kind of did her own thing. She's like, well, he's not going to be back for a long time. But, of course, he knew the situation that happened with the lizard folk and whatnot.
Which one?
What happened to your
They're
family?
gone.
Oh, got it. My camp.
Yeah. And, of course, when
My
you had
clan.
when you had the staff, he knew you were in possession of the gourd. And, of course, he was there during the switcheroo when the Nothic awakened the staff. So now you kind of get the feeling that Qualkek is kind of stepping into the picture. He's letting himself, even though he's been known this whole time, you can get the sense that he's kind of stepping into your view. You gonna say anything? Because right
Does
now
he
it kind of
talk to
sense
me?
that, as of right now, he just seems to be studying you.
Creepy. How well am I sleeping? Knowing that. Should I roll?
As of right now, it's hard to tell that if you're sleeping or if you're not.
Okay.
Like you're very much with the Nothic feeling, like you still see your surroundings and whatnot. But you kind of, it's more, this is all kind of mental. You physically can't see him, but his presence is so strong, it almost seems like you can see him, if that makes sense.
When I pray in the morning, do I feel my same enlightenment, peace? Or is it kind of...
Well, as of right now, are you going to say anything to him? He's kind of made, even though he's been known, his presence has been felt, but this is him like actively, I'm here. Are you going to interact with him?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. So he's going to interact with you then.
He doesn't have to.
He lets a little time go by, and there's just that awkwardness, of course. And he goes,
Sorry, what's going on, though? Am I asleep?
you don't know. You don't know if you're asleep or awake.
Got it. Cool. Nice.
Very much like the Nothic. You don't know if
I
it's a
thought I was
dream or a
awake,
vision.
But then I woke up and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Got it.
It's one of those things.
Got it.
You quite impressed me there in the last battle. Your aggression was well received.
He didn't do nothing. I'm sure he can feel his emotions, and he is just kind of, how do I put this? Like when you first get in trouble and you kind of just stare at the parent and you're like, me? No. But in your brain where you just kind of, you're trying to find a way to come up with something you want to say.
And internally panicking.
Yeah, and you kind of just freeze up. Yeah.
I've always known Kundas to be one who works in mysterious ways. Frizz might have had a better connection with Kundas than I was at the time with you. You smoothskins are not connected with nature as they should be. But now I'm starting to see that you weren't taken by the Tragroven when they came and raided my home.
Guilt. That's my next feeling.
Oh, guilt. Okay. I was just like, did I say something wrong?
No. Boudreaux feels suddenly guilty.
But I did see you were able to save the gourd from the possession of the Tragroven. Though I'm not pleased that you gave it away, we will need to retrieve that again. You will need to retrieve that again to mishandle a relic of Kundas in exchange for a staff that coming to realize is not the staff of Kundas, though Kundas was in possession of it.
Extreme guilt.
However, the Dark One, who, by awakening me and forcing me to come out of hiding, made me realize who that Nothic was. Did you feel it?
Yeah.
Who was he?
I don't want to say his name.
He was the master, the creator of necromancy, the head of the Lazarine family, the great necromancer himself, Malenko.
Yeah. I done messed up.
I wouldn't say such. The staff was claimed by Kundas when he defeated the necromancer. So it is Kundas' staff, but he is not the original owner.
Yeah?
And hence, this is why the souls of the shamans past, the high shamans past, can dwell within this staff, is because of the creator of the staff.
Yeah.
But we are wasting time. For the one who you took this staff from, that tiefling in the caves,
Yeah.
he was working with hags. I believe I was able to get his name, Amnon. He was looking to try and break his bond with the hags, but of course it's not going to work. Anybody working with hags never should be trusted. They are nothing but foul creatures. But you, not being a lizard folk, you might be able to tap into some of this magic.
The hag magic?
The dark magic that resides
The
in
magic.
this. The magic that resides in this staff.
Okay.
Because in order to save my kind is to defeat them. The druids were being captured by the Trigroven and then tested and experimented on by the hags. And with this staff, I may be able to free them.
Yeah.
Free my people.
Our people.
My people.
Yes.
You are not one of us. Don't think for a moment that this is me accepting you as any kind of leader or shaman of Kundas. You are nothing but a conduit for the task that I have been presented with to save my people. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now,
Boudreaux.
that is all for now. You tire me. I will be in
didn't say
contact. I will be in contact when further information is needed. For now, I only wish to tell you, as I started with, that aggression that you had in that last battle, that kind of aggression, and more of that aggression, is what is going to save my people. It is what is going to deliver them from the hags and the predicament that they are in. Do more of it. Experiment with more of it. And I will guide you to be a conduit of redemption and deliverance for my people.
Deliver us.
And you slowly feel his presence.
We have a question.
You feel him like kind of turn.
Roll his eyes.
What?
Sorry. Do you know like everything in my brain right now? All the time?
If I so choose to, I can.
So
But-
you know everything.
I could if I wanted to.
Well, it's
But
all...
your mind is too simple to waste my time
Yeah, that's
in
right.
learning.
That's right. Yeah.
But if you refuse to take action, I will.
Nice. That's very nice. Yeah. Well, goodbye.
And he turned. You kind of feel his presence fade into the recesses of your mind.
Woo-wee. Where we at?
You're awake.
Was I awake?
Mm-hmm.
Was I stirring a pot of rice?
What were you doing?
Stirring a pot of rice.
Okay, you were stirring a part of rice.
Oh, we have burnt rice now.
No, it's not burnt. You don't stir rice, so it's just a different kind of rice. No, just kidding. No,
It's oatmeal.
no, just kidding. You do stir it.
My dad stirs rice.
No.
Your dad does it wrong.
Is it still that night?
It's
Sorry.
morning.
Was this more of a just like demonic possession sort of thing? Or I guess
I
would
zoned
would
out.
Roscoe feel something?
Would you
Being
feel
a-
a disturbance in the
A
force?
disturbance in the force, being a newly anointed member of the clergy.
I mean, this ain't your God.
Yeah,
well, I
different
know,
God.
but I'm kind of like on the light side here, and
No,
you're
I
clearly
follow.
going to the dark side.
I am
so
not
is it
going
like,
to the dark side. I am a great Jedi. Leave me alone.
you don't even
best
know what
Jedi.
that means.
I know enough.
Let's see.
She knows enough to get herself in trouble.
Give
it's okay.
me an Arcana check.
Or would it be religion?
I think it's religion.
Religion.
Just kidding, David. I'm
I
sorry.
would go with religion as well, either one. Religion deals more with the lore of deities and rites and prayers, not necessarily
The magic of it.
the sensory of it.
Well, Arcana would then be the same because it's intelligence based.
I'll go with either one.
Sorry, just
Mhm.
on the art. I
Fine,
think it would
fine.
either be, those are intelligence based. I would say perception or insight to sense. Insight more specifically to
But he
sense.
specifically said about a dark presence.
A dark magical
I wouldn't
entity.
necessarily say insight would give him a sense of a dark spirit, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I could be persuaded either way.
I was just
Mhm.
that the intelligence base is the knowledge of, not the sensing. The
But we've always
intelligence
used-
based. True.
Arcana that way. We're like, can I sense the
Right.
magic?
But in that sense, then, wouldn't religion be able to sense the dark presence? As
But
in
religion,
it's
religion is a charisma, isn't it?
Nope, it's
No, it's
intelligence as
intelligence.
well.
Okay, so by your logic, religion wouldn't work either.
Correct. It
Okay.
would be insight, which is wisdom, or perception, which is wisdom. being able to know light from dark, sensing that sort of thing, which is what I'm trying to philosophically argue. Sorry.
Pushing the glasses.
Well,
up.
I think I could make an argument. Like, granted, I think that in this particular instance, it's bending of that rule where it's like perception or insight may be like, that is dark over there, rather than that is a dark, menacing presence. You know what I mean?
Correct. But my argument is then if Arcana is used to sense magic, wouldn't religion be able to sense presences, as in spirits and things like that?
Well, and I think
I have one
that's
thing
why
to say.
David said you could pick either one, because he's like, no, I could, in this instance, I can see why you would pick either religion or, but generally, religion is like the history
Yeah,
of the
because
religion.
according
Correct.
to rules as written, Arcana just does the lore about the magic symbols and stuff, not necessarily
Correct.
the
Which is
sensory,
right, but
which
that's
is
not
what
how
why
you're
I
saying.
was
Yeah. So
yes,
what I will
philosophically
do-
arguing here.
Yeah, what I would say.
Nerd.
Did you have?
No.
Did you have some?
Nerds.
Elsie, you
That's
say
what I
nerds.
had to say. Nerds.
This, as the DM, this is how I would rule it. You can use your religion, but instead of using your intelligence, use your wisdom modifier. And so if you have a proficiency in religion, you can use that proficiency still, but with your wisdom modifier. That way it gets more of the sensory feel for it.
23.
23.
23.
Okay, yeah, you kind of get that sensory of warning. It's kind of a new thing for you, right?
It's a
Tell
yellow
me.
alert.
So explain to me how this is going on. But
It's in the rice. The rice. The rice is a devil.
It's possessed.
yes, but yeah, you would get some sense of warning. So explain to me how you're getting this sense.
We're early morning, right?
Correct.
It's a big thing that flashes 2319 above his head.
I don't know. So I'm probably, at this point I'm stirring. I think I'm kind of getting up and stuff, and I can.
But he's not stirring rice, just so that they know.
Just stirring his sheets.
And I don't know. I guess I kind of just look over. I'm just looking around and see Boudreaux, and he's just kind of like
Zoned out.
completely zoned out, and he's holding his silver spoon,
But I'm still stirring it.
and it's not actually stirring. It's just sitting in the rice.
No, it's not. It is stirring.
No, when you come back, you're stirring.
No, David.
That's up to you.
I
That's
am
fine.
stirring the rice.
Maybe
But his face is glazed over.
Amen.
it's not
He's
as
stirring above the
enthusiastic
rice.
of
He
a
pulled-
stirring.
Yeah.
No, he pulled the spoon
or-
out and he's just stirring above
He's stirring the air.
I didn't go down all the way.
And then he jolts and he just drops it down in the rice. and
Anyways,
stirring.
Boudreaux's doing something with his silver
Sorry.
spoon.
Anyways,
Yeah, and so I kind of look over and I'm just like, I see his face, and just looking in that general direction, it's kind of like almost
Loading.
This is the Twilight Zone.
just that awkward feeling that you get when you something's amiss, but you don't know what.
Okay.
That kind of that not overwhelming, but that back of your mind sense of kind of foreboding and stuff that something's just not right. And then as Boudreaux comes out of it, it disappears.
the hairs in the back of your neck stand up.
That's what happens.
And at that moment, I shake off the spoon and I start popping open my seasonings. Oh,
A little too enthusiastically.
Walk over to Boudreaux and just ask if everything's okay.
oh, I don't know. Here, he picks him up with his finger and shoves it in your mouth. The rice, the seasoned rice.
That's delicious.
Well, then it's good.
The finger, not so much.
But is everything okay?
You tried it.
No, the rice is great. Are you okay?
Oh, me? He thinks. He looks around a little bit.
Think.
Well, like,
Anything happen in the last 2 minutes?
well, no, yeah.
Like, so Roscoe definitely knows that something's going on, and it's more than just this. You know, he knows that, and so he's trying to kind of lead to something, but he's not going to force it out. You know, if Boudreaux doesn't want to say anything about it, then I'm not going to force it. But I'm kind of trying to aggressively and suggestively hint that I know something is going on.
Am I okay? Let's see. I don't. Well, I kind of like the staff, I know. But I don't like the staff.
Why not?
Well, it's nice. Did you see what I did back there?
I did. It was very impressive.
But I also did that thing back there.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. Man, I'm hungry. You hungry? Here, I'll put this up your bowl. Here you go.
Thanks.
You know what? Here, take another one. Go wake up that. I like to put this a bowl of warm rice. I want you to stick it in the sleeping bag of Fenrir, please. Please, it won't warm up his toesies.
Do you want me to stick the bowl in there, or take the bowl and dump the contents in the
No,
sleeping bag?
don't waste the food. If it sits in the sleeping bag, you can still eat it off of it. But like the inside, preferably. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll take it, and I'll look like...
I got a question for Boudreaux.
It's a blanket. Sorry, not a sleeping bag.
Does everybody have like their own mess kit, so a plate, silverware, and stuff like that, or does kind of Boudreaux keep all that?
Henley definitely keeps hers and washes hers.
Well, that answers that one. Well, I feel like Boudreaux never came with it. Like, that's not something he, like...
No, you'd eat it out of the pod, yeah.
Yeah, so, no. Unless they left it in their bowls, because he carries the bowls.
Okay,
But I
was
think
just
that's what
curious.
he was asking. Like, do you carry the utensils?
But
and
the
bowls and stuff?
utensils, no.
Okay.
So if they have utensils, they yeah.
Henley has her own bowl.
If I need a
and
fork,
she brings it up to you to fill.
if I need a fork, I take a knife and a stick and I make one. No, I don't. But maybe I do. I don't know. Well,
See a bunch of randomly whittled forks, poorly whittled forks lying around.
That's how people track us. That's how the lioness is going to find us.
all these whittled forks.
They were here. It smells like swamp.
Crudely
Okay.
whittled.
Boudreaux just
Definitely
eats them
has
afterwards.
dreads.
Is that what
Definitely has dreads. This is the one.
And is that cayenne? Woo!
That's pretty good. You know what? I might keep that man for myself.
Yes, we keep our own mess kits, and now we're icing blankets. Right, Roscoe?
So you're handing 2 bowls to
Oh yeah, go
Roscoe?
stick it in his sleeping bag.
So I'll walk over and I'll put it next to his face, but I'm not sticking it in his sleeping bag.
Okay.
That way the fumes can wake him up and stuff.
Oh,
He will stir.
Welcome to Tomes of the Chaos Bard mid-show break. I am Rupert Bumpkin. Thank you for listening to Tomes of the Chaos Bard. If you wish to support us, visit us on ko-fi.com/Tomes of the Chaos Bard, where you may become a member of our Ko-Fi. There, you can receive special content, such as post shows, DM deep dives, and exclusive merchandise, such as t-shirts and keychains. There, you may also donate to the Feed the Cast funds, a special way to thank them by buying them dinner for the night. Yum, yum! Other ways you can support us is by sharing us with your friends and family and on social media. Spreading the word about the Tomes of the Chaos Bard is a huge help, and we thank you for your help. Another way you can support us is through 5-star reviews. And with every 5-star review, Solemn the Chaos Bard will give you a shout-out on our Solemn's columns. So stay tuned for those. That is all, folks, and back to the show.
I would say while Boudreaux is cooking, Henley has before she left, she went and informed Roscoe that she was going to go foraging, and she brings back, if you want me to make a roll for this, that's fine, like some wild game and mushrooms and nuts and seeds or whatever.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. And just to remind the audience, both Henley and Boudreaux, they have what is it called again?
Outlander feat.
Yeah, it's the Outlander background.
Featured, the background,
Yeah. And it gives them the ability to, as long as there's plenty of resources around, they get to gather food and water and stuff up to 9 people, I think it is.
I believe.
And so technically they could both feed like 18 people if the land could
Allowed
support. Yeah, they could find enough of that.
I was thinking that
So that's why I don't keep track of rations unless they were underneath in the cave tunnels and whatnot.
Here, this is the Outlander feat before we continue with that.
Okay.
So you have an excellent memory for maps and geography. You can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. In addition, you can find food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people each day, provided that the land offers berries, small game, water, and so forth. So between Boudreaux and I, we can provide for 10 people or like animals.
Okay. So in order to maintain food for everybody here, both of you have to forage.
Henley is very much a morning person, and I've always been a morning person, a morning girl. Anyway, and she goes out and forages for the things I said: mushrooms, berries, especially wild game, and then hands them off to Boudreaux.
So some of the things I foraged this morning, because I don't forage as far because I'm going to start cooking.
Right.
I gathered some bugs from underneath a log. Okay. And
Slimy, yet satisfying.
Exactly. And I noticed that log had a child. No, just kidding. Okay.
Underneath that log was a tiny little stick. And I said, that log had a child.
I put some of these scrumptious bugs and I stick them very beautifully on top of this seasoned rice and give it to my friend Tic, who I don't know where he went.
Where would Tic be sleeping?
Tig is not with the rest of the group. I'm probably about 20 to 30 feet away, up in a tree as high as I can get. Yeah. And I have not been asleep for quite a while.
Kind of just observing.
So I look for you, and I'm like, Tic? Tic?
Can I have tried to, just assuming by the hostility, except for from Fenrir, that I probably wouldn't get food from these people, so can I try and, like, catch, like, a bird or see if I can, like, find some eggs or something in...
Yeah, make me a survival check.
Fenny, I can't find Tic.
It's a 17.
Yeah, you were able to get something. So whether it's a rabbit or small bird.
Okay.
Whatever you'd like.
Fenny, are you awake?
I am now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where Tic?
Tic!
Tic! Tic!
She's not a dog.
Tic!
How far out are you going to look, or are you just still in camp?
I like 10 feet around the camp.
I'm not going to respond until you're, like, right underneath of me.
Okay, you eventually making your rounds,
Yeah.
go underneath a tree, trying to look around.
Tic!
What are you doing? I'm still really high up in the tree.
Dick, I got you some bugs. None of them be poisonous.
I don't need bugs. I eat bugs, but I don't need bugs. I'll come down With a half-plucked little bird.
I can see you like crawling down the tree like a black bear.
I've got the bird in my mouth while it's
Yeah, you're,
crawling
like,
down the tree.
Screaming down the tree, like.
No, it wouldn't hurt the tree. People would be able to know that I was there then.
Well, you claw down the tree like a black bear.
Do you want me to roll to come down?
No.
Okay.
You're not under any duress.
I also don't have a mask on currently because I have a half-plucked bird sticking out of my mouth as I'm coming down.
And so, yeah, you've never seen his true face.
I feel like I would stare at it, but I don't know what it looks like, but I feel like it wouldn't faze me too much.
Oh, no, pretty ugly.
For the share of goblins that you've seen, especially the 40 that you that's the most ugly one out of all of them. And they're not very attractive creatures.
Ugly scarred or ugly?
Yes. Both.
Got it.
Was ugly, but then got scarred up.
Got it.
The pretty parts got scarred up.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
I got you this. It breakfast.
I'm just going to point to the bird in my mouth and pull out some more feathers while it's still in my mouth.
Is it stuck? You need some help? He reaches out to help you. Ah, okay. And he laughs. Okay, well, I'll leave this here just in case you want it. And he leaves.
Okay.
Boudreaux, I have more stuff.
Oh, yeah, what you got, girl?
Well, I got a couple more rabbits. And I found some really good mushrooms. Look at these. And
I gotta check those mushrooms.
They're safe.
Got it.
And some nuts. No berries. It's starting to get... I think they're all in flower right now.
Yeah. So what kind of nuts you got?
I found some hazelnuts.
Pecans?
No. Walnuts?
You can keep those.
Okay. I'll put them in the snack bag. Okay.
You got a snack bag?
The bag of holding.
It's full of nuts.
The bag of holding.
It's full of all the nuts that you don't like.
Are we sure we want to give Henley the bag of holding? It's now full of nuts.
Like literally full.
That's what I would use the bag of holding for. It would hold all my snacks.
Snack of holding.
Bag of snacks.
The hold of snacks.
No, it's actually a leather sack.
That's just
Got a
your movie
smiley
treat
face
bag.
on it, though, so it is for snacks. Okay.
And the smile has little chubby cheeks.
It's a squirrel face. Got it.
Anything else?
I want to comment that the little walnuts look like brains, but under my breath.
Brains.
They look like brains. Just not great. Brains are great.
Bring bread.
Depends on if it's been used a lot.
Henley is probably actively keeping an eye on Tic, but not talking to him or acknowledging that he's there.
So you
just keeping an eye on him.
So you then see Tic stuff that gather up the feathers that have been plucked and stuff him inside his ropes.
She notes he's weird and ugly.
Gotta stay warm somehow.
That is so fair.
Okay.
And she'll lead them to Highridge. After, hey, Roscoe, should I just, we go?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So you guys head to Highridge. You notice that as you guys get up there, the weather starts to turn a little bit. The clouds start to gray, and kind of a decent drizzle. It's not like a heavy rain or anything, but a decent drizzle is falling down.
We were prepared for it because Henley probably pulled out her orb saying what weather it was. So we were in our rain gear.
Yeah, protecting all the other stuff. While you guys are climbing up there, you notice that there is a man kind of carrying a bundle of wood up towards Highridge. He is a younger man, and by the kind of clothes that he's wearing and the kind of stature of him, the way he's built and whatnot, you can probably guess that he's a craftsman or a farmer of some kind. And you guys are kind of approaching him quickly because he seems to be... He's moving at a decent pace, but it's almost like he's... Oh, what's the kind of... Like a thoughtful walk while he's carrying his load, his pack of wood.
More than just a meander.
Yeah.
It's solemn.
No, he's a human.
Solemn in disguise.
Obviously, it's Quill. Duh.
Henley approaches him. Hello, good sir. How are you today?
Oh, well, hello. I'm doing quite well. A little wet, but I always enjoyed the rain.
It's nice. Makes the air smell fresher. You looked kind of thoughtful. Anything going on?
Well, have you been paying attention to anything going on in the world this time?
Yes. Very much so.
So there's a lot to think about. But I don't mean to bring the mood down. But I'm guessing you guys are heading to Highridge.
Yes, we were. Yes. Anything we should know? Any news? Rumors?
Well, there's plenty of rumors to go around, but our council believes that we are pretty safe, but I'm not too certain about it. You see, they've got in contact with this peddler that came a few weeks ago, or a couple months ago, I should say. This peddler named Wicked Lennox. And they had
Wait. Did he sell scarecrows?
That's exactly what he sold.
Tell me more.
Well, they have protected the town for the most part.
Oh, no.
We haven't had any issues. We haven't had any run-ins with the rumors of the creatures that are up north in the Half-Pine Woods. And we haven't had any issues with any goblin hordes or anything. Goblin raids. But they just give me a bad feeling.
If you can convince the council, they really should take those down.
Well, I think it'd be hard to talk to them or press them on that because, I mean, we've been safe. We haven't had any issues, as I said. There's been a lot of other places that have had ratings. I mean, you've heard of Nevelton, correct?
Yeah, been to Nevelton recently, actually.
Yeah, and there's nothing left of the place. We're here. We're safe. But you guys look like you've been traveling for a while. Please, let me invite you to my home.
She turns to Roscoe. He wants to invite us in.
That's fine. It might give us a chance to talk a little more about the
Scarecrows. Can we provide some food for the table? It's kind of a lot of us.
Yeah, whatever you have to offer.
Boudreaux. We're gonna... Is it nighttime?
No, it's midday. But of course it's dark and dreary.
Do you think you can help whip up a lunch?
Is there beef? I miss beef.
We do have some meat on the farm.
Yeah? All right. Yeah, I can do that.
Well, we better be quick before my wife finishes up the lunch so she may be able to make something for you.
Oh, I can help. I can even give her a break.
Well, you're more than welcome to offer.
Okay, yeah.
So question
Be
4...
kind and cordial, Boudreaux.
Am I not?
When it comes to food, all things go out the window for you.
I don't throw anything out the window.
That. I'll go with Boudreaux.
Question for Tic.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of common knowledge for you, you're not going to be necessarily welcomed in towns, or a lot of people won't like the goblins. How is your approach when you run into this person?
Mask up, hood up, head down.
Okay.
Pretend to be a halfling.
Or a child.
Okay. That's kind of how I'll assume all your interactions with this. You're kind of covering up your skin, head down, like you said. Make yourself invisible.
Mm-hmm. And if I need to get somebody's attention or do something, I tug on Fenrir's side a little bit.
Fenrir can stay close knowing this as well. He doesn't want to draw undue attention.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. You guys start heading up. And my name is Justin Nessel, by the way.
It's nice to meet you, Justin Nessel. Henley Thornton. And she'll shake his hand.
And my name Boudreaux. Shakes his hand.
Good to meet you.
I'm Roscoe.
Nice to meet you.
Can I get the name of that dude? The
Wick. Wick?
Lennox?
Lennox. And he'll kind of glance at Fenrir and Tic.
And Fenrir will pipe up like, "Hey, and I'm Fenrir, and this is Tic." And he won't like shake his hand or anything. But he'll just kind of wave his hand and then kind of nod at Tic and
And he'll be like, "Good to meet you." Well, as I said, let's hurry on before we get stuck in a mudslide or anything. So you guys start climbing up, and once you get to kind of the ridge part where it starts leveling out, you do start seeing a few scarecrows.
Wait, what about Hurla and...
Oh, they introduce themselves.
Okay.
Justin is very okay an orc, but seeing you guys, it's kind of one of those things like, okay, maybe the orc's not too bad. He does have his hesitations, but he's like, okay, we'll see what happens, kind of thing. But pretty much once you guys get up to Highridge, they're going to split off. They're not going to go to Justin's place because they were, told to go meet people at the tavern.
I'm gonna say Fenrir would probably look at Roscoe and be like, "Is it okay if I go with Hurla and Kath?
Yeah, absolutely. You know where we're at.
I'll meet you back here."
And I'm guessing Tic's tagging along with Fenrir.
Yeah, I'm going to pull on Fenrir's clothes like, Tic too? Or no?
We're going to a tavern.
Tic head.
I'll leave it up to you.
No, Tic head.
Okay, stay with Roscoe. Or go hide, and I'll be back here.
Tic found you. We're fine.
Okay.
So does Tic want to follow Fenrir in and just hide in the town, or where do you want to hide?
I'll follow Fenrir, but like at a comfortable distance. So I want to tail him, but not.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we'll continue on with the group with Justin. And so you guys go through and you start seeing some of these scarecrows stationed kind of around the perimeter of the town. You came in from the south, south, and coming in over the ridge, and you see about 2 of them. And they're spaced out quite a bit. These 2, kind of at the entrance of the ridge, are probably about 200 feet apart. But those are the only 2 that you see at this time. Justin informs you that they have at least 20 in this area around the city of Highridge. Yes.
How big is Highridge in comparison to where we've been?
So Highridge is kind of a bigger bigger town, definitely bigger than Hayden's Hollow. They have a more condensed area of where the blacksmith is, the town center and whatnot, the good shop. And then outside of those is more of the farms where you have the open fields and everything. And the scarecrows are more around the town itself, not the farms.
Gotcha.
So if there was any issues, people would just flee inside into the town to hide in any inns or shops.
There's no like perimeter wall or anything like that.
No,
Okay.
it's pretty open.
Gotcha.
So Justin takes Henley, Boudreaux, and Roscoe to his little town.
Have they split off yet?
Yeah,
Keth and Hurla.
Oh, yes. So before Keth leaves, he approaches Roscoe, and he makes a little grunt, and he searches out around in his pack, and he hands you a letter.
I take said letter.
Okay, and then he walks away, finds Boudreaux, and also hands him a letter.
Ah. I hold it.
And he nods, and then he goes and catches up with the other ones.
No letter for me.
Boudreaux and Roscoe, upon opening these letters, you notice
I
that they
don't.
are... Okay, so Boudreaux keeps it closed.
Boudreaux?
Bug,
Boudreaux.
Boudreaux.
Bugdrow.
That's what I heard.
Hey, we're gonna get a collection of names for Boudreaux now.
We have Bootsy,
Belsie.
Elsie.
Well, Bugdrow's my favorite so far.
Bugdrow.
I like Boudreaux.
So Roscoe, upon opening it, you notice that it's a letter from Lyla. Would you like to read said letter?
I am looking over his shoulder. Or trying to. I'm looking at the letter if possible.
I'll be like, knowing that you can't read. So like, it's from Lyla.
Oh, yeah, what does it say?
It says,
Yeah.
Would Lyla like to read the letter?
I don't read the letter.
Oh, yeah.
and Lila's reading it, but we'll pretend that I'm reading it to you. Loud enough for you to be able to hear it.
I can hear her voice.
Like what's done in the movies.
Correct.
Okay. Dear Roscoe, I know that you don't really like this decision and like that we abandoned you or something when you needed it most. Especially because you've been there for us, all of us, and you're the glue that holds this amazing group of people together. We also feel like that this is something that we really need to do. We feel, and I especially, hope that this will not be forever. This is just a for now situation and that we need to see it through. You are amazing and strong and worth having our head screwed on straight for. You're going to accomplish some amazing things. I feel it. This God that chose you knew what they were doing when they chose you. I can't think of anyone more worthy of all the God's attention than you. Remember, it's okay to feel things and not just to fight through things and push them down. I know that's really hard to do, especially in this current situation that you're already carrying so much. If you need anything, you know where to contact me. I'm only a letter away, or maybe even less than that in some situations. I can't wait to hear the real story of what happens from you over some peach mead the next time that we see you. Stay strong and stay safe. Lyla.
Oh, my gosh. That's pretty, Read mine next, and I'll slap it on his chest.
So I will fold up my letter and I'll put it somewhere safe.
Hurry.
And I will open Boudreaux's
Come on.
and read Boudreaux's.
Okay.
Do you want Roscoe to read this one, or do you want me, Lyla, to read this
I
one?
kind of like Lyla.
I like
Yeah, me
Lyla.
too.
All right.
It's like inner workings of her brain.
Dear Boudreaux, Garotha wants me to tell you not to do anything stupid because she doesn't want to have to come beat you up.
Yeah.
She also thinks Kundas wouldn't mind.
Wait, what?
I want to let you know that this wasn't an easy thing for us to do. We do feel like it's what we are supposed to do right now, at least until we can figure a few things out. Some of those things is letting you have your space to breathe and see things,
I see things.
feel things
I feel things.
away from me. Garotha says this is going to be good for us. I can feel things freely and move through emotions that I have a harder time doing when you're there. Because it's hard to see someone you would give your everything to and know that you are the reason they feel uncomfortable. Emery does need us, for now. She's young, but she's also so strong. I think that maybe she's already stronger than I am in some ways. I wasn't lying about the fact that I couldn't leave her. But we also weren't lying when we told Dracarys that we feel like a burden, dead weight, and a liability right now. If something were to happen to you because of that, I don't think I'd ever be able to forgive myself. We already carry the weight of getting one person that one of us loves more than air killed. I can't think I could handle being the reason for another, especially when that person is you. I hope that one day we can meet again and maybe have better timing with all of this. If the gods don't have that in the cards for us, then I hope that one day we can meet and be happy with what the other has done. Please stay safe and know that you are loved. For always. Kundas bless. Lyla.
Well, that's real nice.
It's real nice.
Can I have yours too?
No,
Please?
but you can have yours back.
No, well, thank you, but can I have yours?
No.
I'll just hold on to it.
Nope.
Please?
Nope.
Please?
Nope.
Please, I'll cook you something nice.
You're gonna cook me something nice, anyways.
I'll make all your stuff not taste good.
I'll find a blue potato for you.
And he walks away.
Like,
Roscoe, ding ding ding,
It's-
has one on the board.
it's over here.
He like stiffens, but he keeps walking.
What do you do with
No.
the letter, Boudreaux?
What?
What do you do with the letter?
I put it in my V-neck chest. Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
Studded armor.
Thank you, my V-neck studded armor on my chest, so I can sweat on it.
Gross.
Okay, so you guys, as you guys continue on, you guys kind of go through a portion of the town. This is Henley, Roscoe, and Boudreaux. You notice that all the buildings have roofs that slope to make the rain flow to one side of the building, where it enters a long trout and then feeds into a barrel about 10 feet wide and 5 feet tall, and in the air about 5 feet as well. So it's a pretty big barrel. And at the bottom of the barrel, there's like a 6-inch pipe that flows into the ground. You guys continue on to Justin's home. It's a humble little home, but it is lively inside. As you guys get closer, you can hear kids running around inside. And you can hear a female voice kind of directing the kids around. He goes up, cleans off his feet, and opens the door. And you see two little boys just scream, "Dad's home!" And they tackle him. The kids are about 6 and 3. And kind of in the corner, you see kind of in a little crib looking thing, a baby.
So there's 3 kids total.
3 kids total, it looks like.
Got it.
And you see a woman, kind of more of a shorter lady, little round lady with a blonde
curls come out, and she's like wiping her hands with a cloth. And she's like, Justin, you're home. And he's like, yes, I have brought some guests there, and they're willing to share some of their supplies so they can. I offered them a warm meal. And she's like, oh yeah, of course, and invite you guys inside.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Henley immediately sits with the kids.
Okay. They're very curious about your clothes, your bow, especially Roscoe's armor. They think that is shiny, sweet. It's smoking a little bit. So the 6-year-old's like asking if it's hot, you know?
Yep. And I'll indulge, let them, poke it and stuff.
Hey, ma'am. I was hoping I could be with you in the kitchen.
Well, you're more than welcome to come to the kitchen, but you will definitely need to wash.
My hands? Okay, I can do that. I can wash my hands, I guess.
Yeah, you probably need to wash your face too, because it looks like with all that rainwater, it's going to drip all that dirt inside in anything we cook. So you'll probably need to wash your face as well. I know it's been a long journey, but I like to cook clean food.
Do you not trust me?
I do not trust dirt.
Dirt is life.
Yes, I understand, because we're farmers. We do grow a lot of things in the dirt, but it does not need to be in our food.
But it can be on my face, yeah?
Boudreaux,
Yeah.
respect the nice lady's wishes.
I was just talking.
We're your guests in this house.
Look, I washed my face, I washed my face, ma'am.
This is what I was
Thank
trying to
you.
say earlier.
And maybe I can... It looks like you guys have been traveling for a while. I could also, with this extra water, we could get you a nice warm bath if you'd like as well.
I caught last.
Well, I'll get a new bath every time.
What? How do you... What?
Home improvement.
Oh, yeah, like, Justin's a very smart man. He's been able to create kind of like a device that will warm up the water. You'll like it. I'll show you in a little bit. And he's like-
Boudreaux. Mm-hmm. If you take a bath, I'll let you hold the letter for one day.
Okay, maybe I'll take a bath. Oh, yeah. Maybe I'll take a bath. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So she takes you into the kitchen. She lets you wash up. And you notice that there's like these kind of pipes coming out of the area where they had that big tank. On this house, there's that big kind of barrel outside as well. But as the water comes in, you notice that it's kind of letting off a little steam. And as you put your hands under it, it's warm.
Oh! Man, how long your water been sitting here?
Oh, it sits in a nice little barrel outside or inside the attic, and it warms it up.
Okay.
We have a small little fire that we keep up there and maintain so we could have hot water.
Well, that's nice and all, but I was thinking we could make some shepherd pie. And then your husband said you have beef.
Yes, we have beef, but I don't have it. We'll have to go outside to get some potatoes unless you have some on you.
No.
Okay.
How did you make this thing, or did you buy it? Did the gnomes make it?
Well, Justin's very smart, and he's like, yeah, it was actually my grandfather's design. He just was never able to figure out how to do it. He's also the one who created all these pipes to collecting water. Because during the summers, during the hot time, we can't gather water, and it's kind of dry up here, so we'd run out of water, or we'd have to travel to the cave system nearby to draw water, and that's a 5-mile walk. Who has the time to go over there every day to gather water? So my grandfather, Erwin, is the one who created these devices to capture it, and then he was working on this kind of little heating tank to have warm water. And I just kind of fiddled with it and got it to work.
Oh, my mom would love this.
Yeah. You definitely have to maintain it and watch it because, of course, you're all using an open flame. So if you're not careful, you could burn your house down. I'm still working out those kind of kinks to help.
Have you
contain.
burned the house down before?
Let's just say it's not the first roof we've put on it.
Ah. I see. Not safe in a forest is what Henley's going in her mind.
Like I said, it's still under works. I'm still trying to figure things out.
You got carrots?
Yeah, we got a few carrots, but like I said, we just got to... I have a few here, but if I'm going to feed you three...
Well, I'm ready. Let's go. Yeah. Or I can just do it. I don't mind. The
Well,
dirt
I'll-
is nice.
Well, I'll get the...
From the other room. Boudreaux, bath first.
You want me to go dig in the dirt so I can get dirty again?
He has washed his hands and his face.
How about this? The kids will show me where the carrots are. We'll go get carrots.
Why can't I get the carrots?
Because you just washed your hands.
Henley and the boys. You learned that their names is Joey and Billy.
Joey and Billy.
And then, of course, they show their little baby sister off.
Billy Joel.
Yeah.
And their little sister, conveniently named Joanne.
You mean Roxanne?
Roxanne!
Henley goes and gathers carrots with them.
Grabs some carrots. She also, his wife, Tristan, is her name. I also told you to grab some potatoes.
Potatoes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they find a blue potato?
No. they
Dang
don't want potato.
Good.
So, they come back in, and you guys are cutting up the potatoes, making shepherd's pie. She has the meat. She's dicing up the meat. I'm sure you're telling her
Seasonings. Teaching her all the seasonings.
Boudreaux, talking about the seasonings.
What
and
is
whatnot.
best? She might teach me something too.
She is. She's very, very knowledgeable around the spices and stuff. There's a few spices you're like, oh yeah, let's do this, and she's like, well, that's going to contradict this spice, so you won't be able to taste it because this one will overpower it. You want another one that kind of adds to the flavor, not overpowers.
Compliments.
Complements. Complements the season, not diminish
Yeah,
the
but
other
if
one.
you add the salt, then it'll make the flavor come back out. So.
True, but then it can dry out things.
Be too salty.
You'll dry out the meat if you use too much salt.
But if you soak it in the onions first, and then
That's true, but I know Justin's not a big fan of really strong onion tastes. He's fine with it in his food, but he doesn't like a lot of strong flavored onions.
well,
You're not going to beat this woman.
No.
I wasn't trying to. yeah.
Yeah, and so you're just talking back and forth like that. Roscoe, is there anything you want to talk about, or we can move on?
I'll probably be having casual conversation with Justin, right?
Correct.
It's kind of get an idea of what's been going on in the area and, try and maybe dig up a little more details about the scarecrows without really making it seem like it's, I don't want to worry him at the exact moment. I'm trying to get more details because, low-key, I'm wondering if that's what Fenrir is up to as well. Because I know Fenrir is interested in that. I don't know. But, getting the information either way will help us in the end. So just casual conversation, though. Not really tell them we came from the Hollow and, maybe leave out the fact that we just on their doorstep took out a party of goblins and things like that. We'll skip over that part, but let them know how things are looking out and about and stuff, and share some news from the world that we've received. Just kind of conversing and trying to get some details without pushing.
Okay. And he'll
Henley asks to hold the baby.
Okay, so you're holding the baby. Justin will tell you, yeah, it's been about, I believe, like 4 or 5 months that this, what did he call him? This merchant came into town and sold the council on buying these scarecrows. There was a demonstration, and tell you, it was very impressive.
Tell me about the demonstration.
Well, they had one of the townsfolk, Jimmy, kind of go up to and try and they gave the wreath to his wife, and so he was supposed to, try and almost like rob her, cause bodily harm of some kind. And as soon as he went to go harass her, go try and rob her, the scarecrow jumped off its perch and was able to restrain and hold on to Jimmy.
Did it hurt Jimmy at all?
Yeah, it didn't. It scared him, but of course it scared all of us having a inanimate object just come alive like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, having something like that, it's like I said, we haven't had any issues. Which before there was always rumors of the goblins coming in and the creatures up north. There's been a lot of rumors about things going on in the Half Pine Woods.
Yeah. No, I've heard a lot about that as well. That's, actually kind of where we're heading after this is up that way. So we're going to go and see what's happening up there.
Yeah, because ever since the scarecrows have been here, we've had no more incidences or sightings of those creatures.
How's the mood of the town been since they've been here?
Well, it's been, to be honest, kind of dreary. But I kind of chalk it up to the fact of, it's where we don't know what's going to happen. We're a small town. If an army of goblins, orcs, or where it may be, attack us, we don't have a chance. We've never really had an issue with them, but things are getting more scarce. So some people find comfort in having the scarecrows around. But I think it's just the idea that we have to have them here. That people are a little more timid, anxious, worried.
Have you seen any unusual acts of aggression or kind of anxiousness? Someone who's usually extremely happy and chipper, now kind of on edge all the time.
Well, now that you mention it, I mean, there has been a few, like the council member, Fallen Stillhammer. He's normally a very chipper dwarf. He's always bouncing around, trying to find new ways to, bring people to Highridge. Like, he's definitely been down, but I figured that's just because of the lack of tourism, because of what's the situation.
That's fair.
I mean, all the rest of the people that are generally happy, kind of the same sentiments. Now that you said that, do you suspect something?
Yes, but I think I will tell you everything I know about them. But I think this is a conversation when kids are asleep.
I see. Well, I believe food is almost ready. Let us go eat. And that's where we'll end it for tonight. Thank you guys for listening to Tomes of the Chaos Bard. Big shout out to D.A. Nichols for writing our songs and music. Go check out her TTRPG at drivethrurpg.com. Shields of Power is her TTRPG. Also, special thanks to Coltrane Compositions for remastering our theme song. If you'd like to check out his stuff, he does custom work, and if you join his Patreon, you may be able to find some stuff you can use in your own games. Go check out his stuff at coltranecompositions.com. Also, special thanks to Realmwalker, Monument Studios, freesound.org, and Tabletop Audio for additional sounds and music. I am DM Dave, and to the right I have
Fenrir.
Roscoe.
Tuck.
Boudreaux.
And Henley.
And until next time, we unroll the scroll to tell the tale. Bye. To save my people.
Do you want to say that again?
That was good. No.
Close to your heart.
That's right. Yeah.
Also, I think Roscoe wins 2 now. And Boudreaux's got 0.
What did he win? The first time? Point being, we can move on.
I am curious on what the first point was.
Well,
With the
tell us
blue
then.
potato.
Oh.
Well, that
The
was an
smashed
argument.
blue potato.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I think I have one because I think both of us won because I threw him down and won the wrestling match.
Elsie. Or squirreling.
Well, she started it.
Anyways.
That's my brain
Justin.
today. Squirrely.
Squirrely episode.
Squirrel.
Squirrels in my pants.
Probably what it's gonna be called, yeah.
What? There's trolls up here.
Well, you took one out.
Yeah,
My
in
gosh.
a cave.
Where do you think he came from?
Look, you guys are just as bad as me. Let's montage.
Okay, the
Before
trolls are
we
not in the dungeon.
montage.
Got it. Okay.